Now, I've got this on a chart here. Fast is up and to the right, slow is down and to the left. And what each of these lines represents is the cadence stride length, the set of cadence stride length combinations that will get you to this time. So if you think of our running mountain again, the top guy on the mountain is Usain Bolt, he's actually way out here, which is, he's a freak, like 6'5", being able to have that long of a stride length. Most of the guys are more on a curve like that. But our top runners in the world are the purple line down to about the green line. The San Diego runners, the high school runners, top ones back here, and that mountain extends down here. So there's really no way around it. In order to get faster, you have to increase your cadence or you have to increase your stride length, one or the other. And we're going to get into the different ways you can do that. But first, I'll show you the little, so I showed you my improvement, 4-minute increase in the 5K. I did 5 races during that time. First one, my cadence was 162 steps per minute. And the stride length was 1.24. And through focusing on both of those, actually, I did some, over the 6 months, I've done specific workouts to just focus on moving my legs fast. Just move your legs fast as long as you can, basically. And then other workouts that I'll kind of share that in a minute, exactly what you do to increase your stride length. But other workouts just focusing on increasing stride length. And by working on them both independently, over time, they've both been able to improve. Yeah. So all the cadence and stride length data comes from the watch and the pod. You need that pod to get both. I think the watch gives you cadence, but to get the frame-by-frame stride length, you need the pod. So 3 quick slides on how running works, I call it. And this is kind of very holistically thinking about running. Different pieces of this mentioned before. So running mechanics. You got to propel yourself forward, essentially by leaning forward and moving your legs. And that's basically it. It turns out the further forward you're able to lean, the longer your stride will get, and the less energy you use. The resource on this is called the POSE method. If anyone is interested in running and really wants to take like the stride length and mechanics seriously, the POSE method is it's the best resource I've seen for this stuff. There's also Chi running, which is a really similar mindset to POSE method. Second is your neuromuscular system. So your body just doesn't move. Your brain sends signals to your body sends signals back up to your brain perceives how tired you are, and then shuts down if it feels too tired. So neuromuscular training is actually really picking up as we learn more about how the brain works. And the third part about running is energy. You gotta have oxygen, you gotta have food, you gotta have water, you gotta have electrolytes, sleep, or else you're just not gonna have, think of your body like a car. This is the oil and the gas and everything that makes that car run. I think over the 6 basic energy sources, you can argue over which slice is most important, but just they're all drawn symmetrically there. And I think about all of those and measuring all those pretty seriously. Running data. That was the big picture. We've broken down the problem now from get faster into increased cadence and increased stride length. To do each of these, it's basically you have to monitor the data. One amazing thing about this watch too is in real time you're able to see your cadence, you're able to see your stride length in real time. So as you're running, you can check it every so often, make sure you're hitting the right target. The cadence is pretty simple. It really just is move your legs faster. And for almost every runner out there, moving your legs faster will be an improvement. Because naturally it's a pain to move your legs fast, especially as you get tired. But taking smaller, faster steps is almost always the way to go. And then as far as stride length goes, leaning forward. You end up using so much less energy because your momentum is pulling you forward. As opposed to if you're upright when you're running, your legs just have to work so much harder to move yourself forward. You saw this already, and this is me increasing the cadence and stride length. This is the way Garmin spits out the data for you. And this data is available in the app, it's available on the website. The cool thing they do too is purple is 185 centimeter or higher, which is top 5% of Garmin users. And blue, goes down to red. And while you probably can't make out everything in these graphs, you can tell my first race in January, mostly orange, a little bit green. Whereas now in July, I'm starting off in purple. And most of the racing they will maintain blue. But you can still see I'm a lot slower at the end of this race. So if I'm able to keep up my cadence for that whole race without sacrificing stride length, I still have a lot of room for improvement there. I'll rush through this real quick. Usain Bolt, again, I mean, he's almost the perfect runner. It's incredible. When his foot lands, he's already taking his next step almost, because he keeps such a strong forward lean, and he moves his legs so fast. I won't really talk about this. The falling angle, the way this is calculated, iPhone, use your own iPhone, record it. I don't have any images of me, but I started to do this analysis on myself. iPhone, set it up, beside you, and record yourself. And then this is the angle, it's the last split second before your foot leaves the ground. What's the angle from your foot through your waist? Maximum falling angle. And this is, the way the pose method says it, it's like the highest falling angle any athlete's ever recorded in anything. But what I'll ask you though, so it's not just his height, it's the way he leans forward is actually just as important a factor probably as his height. I'll ask you though, could he achieve an even higher falling angle? And that's just more of a rhetorical question. And this is the next slide. Does this bring to mind anything, any famous?
Michael Jackson.
Yes, you nailed it. You got a foot massage ball. These are $3 on this. You can buy in bulk, and that honestly is the single biggest thing I've done for my own injury prevention, is massaging the bottom of your feet. It really loosens up a lot of the tension that builds up in there, saves your knees, saves your hips, just saves your shins, everything. So it turns out, I didn't realize this until I started researching it, but he has a special shoe in there that was patented to make this possible, that they wore for this video.
Well, they said that. And
Yeah, it's not just a shoe.
it immediately came to my head, it was a falling angle. He's attached to the floor.
Yeah.
Oh, he was even attached to the floor.
Yeah, he's not, that's not.
Just calculate the center of mass and figure out
Where
where
you
the
at.
shoe,
Yeah. He hooks into the floor just before he goes into that move. And
I see.
You can see, if you're watching the video, you can see him like disconnect after he's done with the move.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So I would not think this is possible in running. But when I started thinking about it, there's no reason that's the limit. And we're probably never going to get to there, but there's no reason 21.5 can't be surpassed.
There's a,
Yeah.
you see the breakdown analysis of Usain Bolt versus Tyson Gates running mechanics.
That's, well, this is,
There's a comparison between the
Yeah.
two.
Oh.
It's very, very good.
I don't have that one.
Yeah.
It shows actually how he doesn't have the perfect form, but more importantly, Tyson Gates actually can improve his running mechanics.
Yeah.
Can't improve it anymore.
He can, no, he can.
Oh, he can?
He has a lot to improve, there's a lot to improve on.
Oh,
As far
I didn't
as
see
his
that.
running mechanics go, which is pretty
You'll have to
impressive.
send me the link. 'Cause I watched a few of them, but I didn't see them.
That's good, yeah.
That's cool. So this version of the video I was watching, they did estimate that Bolt was weak in his pulling, and his back leg took a path up too much before it went through, as opposed to just through. And they did an estimate that he could have actually improved to 9.11 seconds
Wow.
if he just improved his pulling. which that shocked me. So I think the lesson here is even though we think of Usain as the top, the pinnacle, something that may never get broken, there's always room for improvement. We're never at the top. The limits are just in our own heads. Another just kind of final point here, my heart got so much stronger over those 6 months. In the first race, average heart rate 160, and I just could not go any faster. I could not get it to beat more, pump more blood. Up to 177 by my last race. And that was a really cool point of data too to look at. Exercise does build a strong heart. Sample size of one.
It didn't bust.
Yeah, it didn't fall out. So Sean could probably give you a whole hour-long lecture about this, but knowing your heart rate training zones is another one. You're not just going out there and running. If you really want to focus on improving your heart, you have to get different types of training and vary it up. So this is the readout from Garmin of 2 different workouts. This was a very intense interval workout where I got up to 191 beats per minute and sustained a very high heart rate for 20 to 30 minutes of time. I was in the red zone, so that's really thumping, for 16 minutes. And then here's another workout, nice and easy, where the highest my heart ever got was 152, but I ran for a full hour. And I averaged 137. Easy training, interval training, like, do both. And run a lot of miles. You're not going to get faster unless you run a lot. Okay, so this is just one final slide on this part. All of the things I've measured about myself, and I encourage others to measure as well to really get some improvements. Yeah, we're heading into the last section here, just general running advice. So I give 5 points of advice to any runners, and I think these apply to athletes of all kinds. It starts with your purpose, and that gets back to motivation. Why are you doing this? Why are you punishing yourself every day? And one thing I've done to really improve my purpose is join the San Diego Track Club, which is really cool. We've at least 2 members of the track club here. Maybe 3? Yeah. It's a group of there's like 700 total members, and 200 or so people get together every Tuesday night for workouts in Balboa Park. It is awesome. It's a great community. You have people there running 15-minute 5Ks, to me, to people running 40-minute 5Ks. And it is just a diverse, really cool group of crowd, really cool crowd. Gives you a reason to go every week and a reason to train. Commitment, if I don't have a race on my calendar, I find it a lot harder to train. I need something to train for, some specific milestone. That always works for me. And then a process. Like, routine is good because you don't have to think about it. As soon as you have to think, there's extra effort in there. Measurement, I've talked about that a lot. Peter Drucker said you make what you measure. That's really true. And then awareness too that gets back to know what it is that you're strong at, know what it is you're weak at, and really work to hone your strengths and improve your weaknesses. Quick economic model for athletic improvement, because I'm an economist. You've got your resources, your time, your money, your energy, and external resources, I think it is. And this is really important, and I've drawn all these really low. The orange represents what percent of your resources you actually are putting into your production function. And we all always feel short on time. We always feel short on money. Energy, I feel low on that a lot of the time. The key is, though, not all of it is going in. So you have to really be conscious of how you're using your time and how you're using your energy to get the most out of whatever you're trying to improve. And then it goes into some black box production function, where I think of that for exercise as all the different types of training you're doing, different types of recovery, and hopefully you get some results, fast, healthy, and happy. I think I've gone through all these, except for mix it up. That's important. Don't run on the road every day. Run on on the road, run on grass, run on sand, run on trails, and don't run every day. I took up swimming actually. Swimming it's great for your heart, and it doesn't bother your joints nearly as much as running does. So mixing it up is another key thing, and have fun. It's like if you're not having fun, what are you doing? The data science process, all 3 dimensions. Don't just think about 1 dimension, you have to think about all 3. And this is quick actually. I've got some closing thoughts here. And I mentioned this a little bit before, but our limits are really self-imposed. And we talked about Everest and that grit that you need to get all the way to the top. I've got some recommended books too. So Usain 958. Usain Bolt also has the world record in 200, 1919. As the distance gets longer, we slow down. This is in miles per hour on the y-axis, and this is the world record. This is the top of the mountain at every distance.